Welcome everybody back to Gamer Life tonight. We've got another Smackdown for you. It is week 4 of this universe mode. Cannot wait to bring this one to you once again. I hope you're all well, I hope you're all safe, and I hope you're all excited for what we have in store for you tonight. Couple of matches that you'll already know is we've got Becky Lynch and Charlotte tonight for the women's title. We've got Jericho and Samoa Joe, no holds barred, and unexpectedly we've got Bobby Lashley standing in the ring with a microphone, not something you see every day, so let's see what's on his mind. Alright, look, I'm going to keep this short, I'm going to keep this sweet, I'm going to keep this to the point. Any of you lot listening there in the back, in the locker room, against me, Bobby Lashley, in this ring next week, that's it. Well, we know Lashley's not much of a talker, but he made his point very clear, very quickly there. He wants a match here next week. Well, we'll have to wait and see if he gets what he wants. But as far as tonight goes, it is another short card tonight. I cannot figure out what's going on, so if any of you guys can help me with that in the comments box, that would be absolutely great. I've altered the matches to 7. But unfortunately, again, we've only got 4. I can't figure it out. I don't know what else I can do. But again, maybe you can help me. It would be great if you could. But as far as tonight goes, we're starting off with Nikki Bella and Brie Bella against Tamina and Naomi. So Nikki and Brie tonight making their debuts. Tamina and Naomi making their debuts as well. The guy outside, Casey Jackson, he's with Nikki Bella. He's her partner in this universe mode, so we'll see how that story develops, but that's who that is. He does have a brother, and they are a tag team. They're just yet to make their debuts. But yeah, both these teams tonight looking to start off their universe mode careers with a win. Now for the next match we've got a fatal 4-way, first one in universe mode history. We've got Shinsuke Nakamura, we've got Ricochet, we've got Shelton Benjamin, and we've got Sheamus. We've got Shelton Benjamin, the most experienced of the 4 here, making his universe mode debut tonight. Again, the reset's a great chance for him to recapture some kind of form. Same really can be said for Sheamus. He has had success with his partner Cesaro, who he actually saw win last week in the ring against Cassius Ohno, the debutant. We've also got Ricochet, who's got a massive upside, but we'll see whether he can get it done in the ring tonight. And last but not least is the US champion Shinsuke. We saw him already in week 1, I believe it was, and unfortunately for himself, he collected an L against Andrade. So he needs a win tonight to get his name in that winners column and not start to follow the same trend as AJ Styles. Following that, we've got the first match that we're actually going to watch tonight. We've got Becky against Charlotte. It is for the women's champion. Chris Hammer delivered on what he said he was going to, and we should have had this match last week, but we finally get to it this week. It is a personal one, this one. We'll talk more about that though when we actually get into the match itself. And last but definitely not least, we've got Chris Jericho looking to get some redemption on Samoa Joe, who did pick up the win against him a couple of weeks back, you might remember. Joe though wasn't done there. He would proceed to go and get a chair and beat Jericho up after the match as well, which Jericho took offence to. He's demanded a match. Chris Hammer again delivered it last week, said it would happen tonight, said it would be no holds barred. He has delivered on all of that, and that is where we are tonight. Before though we get into the matches this week, I want to point your attention towards next week. This has just been announced before we come on air. We've got Big E versus Randy Orton. Of course, we know both of these guys have got wins over AJ Styles. So this is going to essentially be to see who is the number 1 contender for the WWE title, and that is next week. Back to tonight though, we started the night with the Bellas picking up the win against Tamina and Naomi. So good start for the Bellas there. I think I would have expected them to win this one. We know how dominant Tamina could be, but the fact that it was in tag format, the Bellas obviously with the chemistry. First time for Naomi and Tamina teaming up, may well be the last time, who knows. But we know how far chemistry can go. I go back to week 1, Raw main event. Owens and Zayn versus Roman and Braun. We know how that turned out, and I do think that tag chemistry had a lot to do with that one as well. So I think that's probably where the advantage was for the Bellas there. Plus they had Casey outside. We don't know if he's played a part or not. So a lot of things in the Bellas' favour, but they did go and take advantage of it. So congratulations to them. And next up we had the big Fatal 4-way match. US champion in there as well, but again, he could not get the job done tonight when it mattered. Who did get the job done though was Sheamus, so really well done to him, fair play to him. It would not have been easy, that match, for any of the guys involved, but Sheamus is the one who comes away with the win. Shinsuke, again, like I said, didn't get the job done, so that's both champions now who are on this show that have not yet picked up victory, so it's not good to be a champion at the moment on Smackdown, and that does need to change quickly, I would say as well. And well, it may just change instantly right now, because this match, as you can just hear, is for the women's title. It is Becky Lynch who has been subject to nothing but abuse and disrespect from Charlotte since this whole universe began. She's got a massive chance now to remove Charlotte from that championship, and actually to be the first in universe mode on either brand as well, to actually remove a championship from a champion. So a lot on the line for Becky tonight. Also just the bragging rights, the fact this has become personal, and she can really shut Charlotte's mouth up right here, right now, for the title. She's going to have the work cut out though. Obviously we know how good Charlotte is. We've not seen her yet in universe mode. We have seen Becky, and Becky did pick up a win. That was just last week against Peyton Royce. Peyton did have Billy with her as well, so it wasn't something that was straightforward, but Becky did get the job done. But I think this is another level. All due respect to Peyton. She's very early in her career, but this woman has been there and done it before universe mode began. She's dominated both brands. She's pretty much always got a championship round her waist, and she's not lost very many title matches before universe mode. Obviously this is her first one in universe tonight, so yeah, she's got her work cut out as well. But you have to keep in mind, she wanted this match, she pushed for it. It could have happened, probably should have happened last week, but Chris Hammer and the team, they've put that right tonight, and to be fair to them as owners at the moment, I think they've been really good. They've let the competitors, the superstars, get on with it really. There's challenges going on left, right and centre. We've got title matches tonight demanded by champions. Not really challenges at the moment, I've got to say, but be demanded by champions. Obviously previously we know that normally championships don't get defended unless it's pay-per-view, so we've had one on Raw, which was a stolen idea from Smackdown. We've got one on Smackdown right now, so yeah, they're leading the way and changing the ways that things are getting done. I think they've done really well. They're letting the competitors, like I said, get on with it. They're answering these challenges, they're signing off on them. It's not all about the owners, it's been more about the competitors, and that is exactly what we want. So all in all, at the moment, I would say it is very early days, but I am impressed with what the owners have done. I wonder if you guys are as well. That's something maybe you could leave down in the comments box. But Charlotte there just waving the belt almost in Becky's face. A little bit more disrespect just before we get going here. And back to this match, like I say, it is Becky that hasn't asked for this match. She's been handed it by Charlotte herself. And I think it's because Charlotte and Becky you can put almost in the same bracket here. I don't think there's too many more on the same level as them on this brand. I think Charlotte might have seen that, and she's tried to get in Becky's head straight away to establish dominance here on Smackdown from day one, basically. And if she wipes Becky out tonight, if she puts Becky down and Becky doesn't win, then you have to imagine she's going to fall right the way back down to the bottom of the pecking order. And maybe that will give Charlotte the platform that she needs to have a really lengthy title reign here in Universe mode. Maybe that's something to do with her thinking. Becky, on her point of view, if you get handed a title match, well, you're gonna take it, of course you are. They don't come around often. And she does have a good chance of beating Charlotte tonight, there's no denying that at all. I think Charlotte is a very, very slightly, for me anyway, in the ring, just a step above Becky. But Becky more than makes up for that with that heart and that desire and that determination that she's got. And she is going to need all of that tonight against Charlotte, there's no doubt about it. And let's face it, with all the disrespect, she's not going to be lacking or looking for any motivation at all. She's got everything she's needed from Charlotte where that's concerned. And although Becky would, for me at least, I think she'd fall down to the bottom of the pecking order if Charlotte beats her tonight. I don't think that this one match is big enough to solve whatever issue it seems that Charlotte has got with Becky, unless, like I say, it's just that she sees a way of getting Becky out of the way and then enjoying a nice long title reign. But it seems that she's gone a bit further than that with her disrespect and the things that she's done or not done in terms of answering interview questions and this, that and the other. I think there's something more going on. We don't exactly know what it is yet, but I think there's more to it than what we're seeing at the moment, and I think this could just be the beginning of maybe a lengthy rivalry. Who knows, something that may never get solved. Obviously things in Universe mode here slightly different to how they were before, and just because somebody is in a rivalry, that doesn't mean they're going to be getting matched up against each other week in and week out. Obviously you deal with the issue at hand, and that's exactly what these two women are doing now, even though we don't know what it is. And maybe they do face again at a pay-per-view. We've got Money in the Bank, we've got SummerSlam coming up, all of that, so who knows, we'll just see the way it plays out. But for me personally, maybe not from Becky's point of view, but from Charlotte's point of view, there is definitely something going on between these two that we just are not aware of yet. But now from the other point of view, say if Becky does win tonight, she takes the title from Charlotte, that's just going to add more fuel to the fire in this, we've got to call it a rivalry, it has to be called that at the moment, because that's what it is. Normally rivalry is when the two are at loggerheads, but at the moment, like I said, the entire problem seems to be something that's just coming from Charlotte. Becky's not really responded, she's just said that she'll accept this fight, and that's exactly what she's done. But if she wins tonight, she takes the title, Charlotte does not go back to the bottom of the pecking order, because she will have her obligated rematch. That is a thing back now with Universe mode. I know in the real life before we started Universe mode, they said that they were doing away with that, but we're going to have to hold station because Becky has out of nowhere gone for the disarmer here, and Charlotte is in big trouble now. She does have the power still to just push Becky away. Becky's not really at the moment weak in the arms enough for that to work, but that will have done some damage, there's no doubt about it. Just showing Charlotte there that that can come from anywhere. Becky there gets up and goes to the kick but doesn't get it. But yeah, from Becky's point of view, she wouldn't be rid of Charlotte with a win tonight, absolutely not. Oh, spear out of nowhere. That could be all, you know. If she goes for the pin here, is she going to? She has gone for the pin. Ref's in great position. It's one, it's two, it's not quite two. Becky sending her own little message there. Charlotte hit her with a spear, and Charlotte has been piling on the pressure as well. But still, only a one count. That's that desire and that fire I was talking about in Becky, just not gonna quit at all. But yeah, there would be definitely another match. There'd be at least a rematch, which means this would probably just get that little bit more personal again. Becky here going into the figure four. Is she going to bridge Charlotte for the figure 8? She is indeed. And now all of a sudden it is Becky that is in big trouble here. She's got nowhere to go, almost the middle of the ring. Charlotte has got this one surely. I don't see Becky tapping. She's not tapped. She's managed to fight through it. Charlotte's broke the hold but has decided to go for a pin. 1, 2 and 3. That is it. Becky just could not take the pain once she'd been in the figure 8. She had just been speared as well. And well, I never got to make the point of what would happen had Becky won. That's really an invalid point now at this point, because Charlotte, she's been giving it the mouth. She's been saying she's better. She's been disrespectful towards Becky. She's took what Becky had. We saw the Bexploder there. We've seen the disarmer. Charlotte fought through the pain and was able to carry on. Hits the spear, hits the figure 8. Becky can't carry on after the figure 8 and just stays down for the 3 count. So Charlotte now, I don't know if she's going to continue this tirade of disrespect over Becky. We'll probably find out whether it was just about establishing dominance in this women's division, and Charlotte now could very well be on for quite a lengthy title reign. Yeah, she's done it. Fair plays to her. She backed up all of that mouth, and if you are going to give it the mouth, you have to back it up. She's done that. She's walked through Becky, and well, we're going to have to take a long hard look at the women's division now, because I don't really see anyone else, with all due respect to them at this point. I'm not saying they can't get there, but at this point I don't see anyone else who's close to the level that Charlotte is. So she could well go on and become one of the most dominant champions in Universe mode, full stop. We will have to wait and see, but for tonight, congratulations Charlotte, you got the job done. And we are wasting no time tonight. Jericho already has made his way to the ring. Samoa Joe now coming out to meet him, but he's daring Jericho at the moment to come and fight him outside, and Jericho took the bait. Joe slams him straight into the hardest part of the ring there, that ring apron. The ref's got shoved out of the way by Jericho. This is becoming extremely personal between these two as well already. It is no holds barred, so it does not matter that the match was starting outside of the ring. It's going to be interesting to see if any of them go for the weapons. What a drop kick there from Joe. Of course, we know this all came about because he picked up a win a couple of weeks ago over Jericho. Instead of just taking his win and going graciously to the back, he decided, no, I don't want to do that. I'm going to pound Jericho with the chair instead. Jericho took exception to it, challenged him to this match last week. The match was granted by our manager Chris Hammer, and here we are, no holds barred. Anything goes tonight for these two. At the moment it started, as you would expect, in a really aggressive manner. It's going to take a lot to put one of these two down tonight. Jericho has got the belief that he's the best on the roster. Joe, he's probably one of the most dangerous on the roster, and I would say Jericho as well has a good case. He probably is one of the best on the roster. Whether he's the best outright or not, well, that's up for debate. I'm sure you guys have got your own opinions on who you think's the best. But Jericho's definitely got enough accolades in the past to back that claim up, but of course that means nothing here in Universe mode. Joe going for a pin now straight away. Not even a 1 count, I don't think, there from the referee, who was in good position. But these two are going to go back and forth, I think. Will this be an issue that gets settled with the one match? We were just talking about that with Charlotte and Becky. But this doesn't really seem that personal. This is just about what Joe did after his match with Jericho. So genuinely, I don't know what's going to happen at the end of this one. If Jericho wins, does he go and get a chair, or does he just celebrate and go back to the back and that's the end of this? If Joe wins, does he continue to beat on Jericho like he did to start this whole thing off? Who knows? I don't think we'll have to wait all that long with the high impact moves that have been in this match to find out what is going to go on at the end. it seems highly charged. Both of these are just going hell for leather in this one at the moment. Uranagi there from Samoa Joe, who has already hit his senton as well. So like I say, these two are just full going at it. There's no pacing themselves, there's no trying to control the pace, no trying to grind the other one down. We got the Coquina clutch going on in a minute. Jericho's reaching frantically for the ropes, but it's no holds barred, Y2J. The ropes are not going to save you in this one. Unlucky for Joe there. Jericho's done well to fight out of it. It was quite a resourceful way to get out with a back headbutt there. And now he's back in control with the net breaker. But again, that just goes to show these two are not wasting no time tonight. Jericho's definitely want to get his name back into the winners column. Joe's going to want to stay undefeated, and if he does, I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there right now. Oh, that is a nice suplex. He really drove that with some malice as well. Only a 1 count though, so still a lot in the tank for Jericho at the moment. But we've mentioned it already. We've got Randy Orton, who's 2-0 at the moment. We've got Randy versus Big E next week for what is basically, nasty kicks there from Joe, what is basically being touted as a #1 contenders match. But if Joe goes 2-0 tonight, then his name's got to be mentioned in that breath as well. So there's a lot going on Smackdown at the moment. We're still not too sure what's going on with Daniel Bryan. We do know he's back for SummerSlam, and at the moment he's recovering in the hospital. We have no idea who's done it. Chris and the team in charge have got a couple of ideas. I don't think it would have been anything to do with any of these two, but say it was something to do with Randy Orton. I don't think he's on the suspicious list at the moment, but we know for definite that Big E is mentioned as a suspect for what happened there. So if Big E was to beat Randy next week, and then he's found to be the guy who did take Daniel Bryan out, does that then remove him from the equation, and does then Randy Orton become #1 contender somehow? And if that is the case, if Samoa Joe does win here tonight, which is unlikely after what's just happened, Jericho's gone for the pin, it's 1-2, and it's not 3. Joe has shot that left shoulder off the canvas at the very, very last second there. He's busted open at the moment. We've seen Jericho use that knee a few times now in his previous matches. It did win him the first one, it didn't win him the second. Joe's going for these multiple Germans here that are all in different forms. He's landed the third as well. That's going to put Jericho straight in trouble there. And he's going for the pin as well, Joe. It's 1 again, it's 2 again. Is Jericho going to get out? He does. That weren't really so much as a kick out as that was a desperation shoulder just come off the canvas there. Joe now stalking Jericho. He's going to go for that Coquina clutch once again. He's got it in. Can he get the hooks in now? Can he get Jericho to the ground? He has done. Jericho's probably got a tap now. I don't see Joe letting him go, and he does. Jericho does tap, and Joe has gone 2-0. He's beat Jericho, no holds barred now. Jericho again on the losers list. That is 1 and 2 for Y2J, who is claiming he's the best on the roster. Well, he's not really proving that at the moment, is he? But on the other hand, Samoa Joe beats Jericho twice now in 3 weeks. He got his opportunity, he beat him. Yes, his actions were bad afterwards. There is no denying that. He's come back. Jericho's asked for this match. He asked for it to be no holds barred as well, so Joe has met him whether he wanted to or not. It was made by Hammer and the Game Alive team, but Joe's met him in the environment that he wanted to be met, and he's beaten him again. And Jericho didn't go down to a pin, he actually was made to tap out as well. So you have got to say, I'm saying it anyway, Joe has got to be mentioned in the title list at the moment. There's only him, I think, and Randy Orton who are 2-0 at this point on this brand. So Joe is up there with the very best at the minute, and if Randy's in there because he's 2-0, then what about this guy? He's got to ask the question. Maybe that becomes a triple threat match next week, who knows? But at the moment Joe is 2-0, and that, guys, is the end of this show tonight. Once again, it has been an absolute blast making these. I'm absolutely loving this series. I would love it if you could get behind it and show me that you guys are enjoying it as well, with that like button, if not the subscribe button, one of the two. Drop some comments as well, let me know what you think so far. But for me personally, I am absolutely loving making these videos, and I will see you all for the next Raw. Stay safe out there, guys. Thanks once again for chilling with me and letting me bring these to you, and I will see you for Raw. Bye bye.